Welcome, everybody. The time has finally come for the long-awaited season opener for the Vigilante Racing League. And man, just from what we've seen from their recruitment races, we're in for one heck of a season and one heck of a show here tonight. Coming at you live from Homestead, Miami Speedway. I am your host of the evening, Alan Brown, and I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Alan English. Alan, man, I'm so pumped for this season.
I am too, man, and you nailed it. As far as how the recruiting races went, it's been worth the wait. I know that they had to push the season back a week because of some technical difficulties that iRacing had with their patch last week, and the admins decided instead of doing the doubleheader tonight, we're just going to move the whole season to the right 1 week. So I think it was a good call on their part because they ended up working on that problem they had late into the night last Wednesday, so we wouldn't have got it in anyway. So good call on them. Better safe than sorry. And this is going to be an exciting race. I love this track, how flat it is and how fast it is.
And down there on pit road, who's going to be a little bit in that hot seat, quite literally, as it is a toasty day down there in Florida. Mr. Adam Turner, I'm sure your cooler's stocked and ready to go. And man, it's going to be a long season. You going to be able to hang on?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, while we wait, we hydrate. Yeah, it's 107 on the track down here in Miami. That's going to play into it. I bet the track temps will fall. What's really cool about these guys, besides all the awesome paint jobs that are put together by D&D Race Graphics, is this is for money.
Oh yeah.
This is a money race. So, and near the end, we're going to see some fireworks. And while I like the fireworks, I like the little controversies that I like to talk about. Little rivalries. But what we've seen of these guys, super clean. It's a fun truck to drive. I'd like to note that with that patch you were talking about last week with iRacing, it kind of changed some of the dynamics of the draft and whatnot. So we'll see if that plays into effect at all today. But looking forward to it.
As we kind of look here into our race info for today's race, not your typical shape for a mile and a half, but a mile and a half nonetheless. Nice, warm, sunny temperature for these drivers, so the tires are going to be a big issue here tonight. But more importantly, our key to the race here, going to get your groove on. Find what line's going to work for you best here today. And I mean, this is the season opener. You got to get into a rhythm. You were all excited to start going last week. Didn't quite get ready to go. So get those jitters shaken out here quick and get ready for a great season.
Yeah, 100 laps here. It's going to be a long race, but I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like you said, this track is it's very flat. It's very hot. It's a very abrasive surface here at Homestead, Miami. So I don't give these guys too long. I don't give them a whole fuel run before they're ready for tires, I think.
Yes, you have unlimited tires, but we're at a 60% fuel. They're running 60% fuel in this league, and I think they have 2 fast repairs. So,
okay, they might make it a full fuel run.
Yeah, it's going to make it interesting. Like you said, I mean, it's like running on knives almost, with the heat as well. So it's going to get slippery pretty quick.
Big cheese grater.
As these guys finish up some last-minute warm-ups before qualifying starts here. Like we said, just a great big shout-out to D and D Racing Graphics. Go check them out for some specialty painting needs. And I know, Mr. English, you know of a same guy, but another company sponsor here today.
Keller Williams Realty of East Tennessee is also a race sponsor. We would like to mention them as well. If you live in East Tennessee, Bristol area, go ahead and look them up. If you're looking to buy a house or looking to sell, it's the housing market's crazy right now, and that's not something you want to do on your own. Go ahead and get get with a professional realty company, and Keller Williams will be there to help you in East Tennessee.
As we take a look here as these trucks slowly make their way around and start their qualifying efforts, let's take a ride here with Mr. Zach Wheeler in this 20 truck. Just kind of show you what this track's going to be a little like, and you can see he's fighting that wheel for all it's worth, and these guys are going to be slidey for a couple laps until these tires get warmed up, and then probably about 5 or maybe 10 laps of being able to really put the metal down, and then you're kind of back to struggle time with the tires wearing out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in these guys' position out here in the hot track. I mean, this is the first race of the season, so a lot of nerves probably. Hopefully they keep it clean at the beginning. You know, we see that a lot. Everybody's just so excited to get going, and sometimes it can cause some issues at the beginning of the race, but from what we've seen of these guys in the recruitment races, very clean, very fun to watch, and I don't know. I'm thinking they're going to be just fine.
Zach's hand's not working too overtime trying to catch back up on that wheel. He's got a pretty good smooth little line he's running.
Take out the Super Chrome Smart 17 truck of Brian Jablonski coming out of Buffalo, New York, and man, that's a little bit of a change of from Miami to Buffalo.
Yeah, not really any similarities as far as weather or anything goes there.
I think that's where everyone in Buffalo goes to retire, though. I mean, so maybe they know quite a bit about it. You know, there's drivers from all over the place. They're from Maine to Spain, as I like to say. I think we have one driver from the UK and Canada and all places in between.
Speaking of which, one name that you're probably going to want to remember for later on, that's going to be the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube. He won the Bluegrass Brawl they had a couple weeks ago, so he had a big payday from that. So definitely be on the lookout for him as a kind of maybe one of the favorites here entering this season, as Timothy Pope is finishing up some qualifying time. Currently sitting there in 5th, not a bad time. And I don't think time is really going to be what you need here. It's going to be how well you can save those tires.
Yeah, tire management's going to be a big deal here tonight, as we said, and it's going to be interesting to see throughout the season who can do it.
As Pope manages to steal pole position away from Zachary Self, and a whole bunch of these guys have already put times at that. Generally we see it in some of these races. People will not put a time in and start off in the back and kind of work their way up, maybe stay out of some of this nonsense or whatever that goes on, but dang near just about all 33 cars have put in a qualifying lap.
Well, the track temp has come down 2 degrees. Now, I don't know if that really has a whole heck of a lot to do with it, but every little bit helps. And as this practice session has gone by, on the qualifying session as well, the track temp is starting to cool down a little bit. Very minutely, but that's at 104, so it's dropping.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Brown. That's kind of wild to me. We have, looks like 33 cars in the field, and 32 have posted qualifying times. Very strange. Doesn't normally happen in a lot of leagues, but these guys are dedicated. I think everybody's out there ready to get going, and it's a money race. They want that money.
Alex Gray out there putting the time in. He's also from Canada.
Yeah, currently sitting there in 13th. I think he's done all of his official timed ones, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve if he does get a better time. And you know what? Qualifying comes to an end as it is anyway, so your field is set and ready to go for this opening race of the season. And man, we'll get into what the schedule kind of looks like here in a little bit, but let's head on out to that track and kind of give you your field rundown for the start of this race. Timothy Pope winning pole position in that 728 truck. 77 of Zachary Self managing to come on in second. Third place is going to belong to Zach Wheeler with Jeremiah Burke on his outside starting here in fourth. You got the 6 of Trevor Robertson starting in fifth with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. He's going to be starting here in sixth. In seventh, you've got Jess Vaught. And in eighth, Alex Forget Barubi. In ninth, you got Russ Kilgore. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 88, the Ringer.
0 of Jacob Schaffet is going to roll off 11th. The 84 of Bittner in 12th. The 4 of Alexander Gray in 13th. The 93 of Isaac Wilson in 14th place. The 63 of Joshua Oxendine in 15th place. The 01 of K-Man, Kelly Cool in 16th. The 17 of Brian Jablonski starting his number 6, 17th place. The 51 of Michael Adamson in 18th place starting out. The 28 of Jorge Rincon in 19th. And rounded out your top 20, the 37 of Dustin Real or Riley. I can't remember what we decided on that, or if we heard or not. But sorry, Dustin, if we're saying your name wrong, let us know, man.
Well, and I'm going to go with the iRacing right now. And looks like Tyler Green, 21. Tim Rivers in 22nd place. Hot Rod in 23rd in the 29 car. Number 81, Jonathan Osborne in 24th. 12 of Albert Anderson, 25th. 14th of John Herdzik, 26th. Michael Everidge, 27th. Snake Eyes, 28th. 187 Cuz is 29th. Or 28th. That's correct. Jeff Snyder is 30th. Rob Green, 31st. Jeffrey Green, 32nd. And Bradley Wright, 33rd.
Just in the nick of time as the pace car comes down, these guys are ready to take the green flag for the first time here today, and away we go down off into turn number already. 1, and they're wrecking already.
4, the 93, the 14. Ooh, man.
That's nerves.
Before they cross the start-finish line.
Cold tires and nerves.
Let's go and take a quick look back at what exactly caused all that mayhem here right in the kind of middle of the field. Oh, looks like the 4 kind of got rear-ended there right at the start. Don't know if the guy behind him, looks like it was I believe that's the 93 or 63. 63 of Oxendine kind of getting maybe a little too amped and ready to go as kind of starts to buckle up this field. And just a quick caution, but like you said, you know what, these guys have been itching to go for a full-on week. I ain't gonna give them too much for wrecking there early.
They collected Isaac Wilson and just collateral damage, pretty much.
They got 2 fast repairs, though. I mean, go ahead and come in and get one of them out of the way now. Oh, yeah.
Kind of ruined his paint job for the moment. He has a really nice 911 paint scheme, and hopefully he gets it cleaned up and we can look at it again.
That's where I'm sitting here waiting on my live timing to kind of populate here. It's going to take a good second because it was expecting us to go green flag racing just about this entire way because that's that's what we've been seeing. And so once when everyone cycles around here, I think we'll be a-okay as people already taken up some of those fast repairs. It looks like a few people, a little too much damage, had to tow to the pits. Snake Eyes, Isaac Wilson, like you mentioned. I think maybe a couple others had to tow as well. So they're probably going to be waiting on that tow time. And from what I've heard about this latest update, the tow times may have been lengthened a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
I was hearing from a little birdie that during a race at Charlotte, someone had a whoopsie, no caution, and the tow time was 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I need to get with my people up there in Boston and let them know my feelings about that. I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Well,
10
Timothy,
minutes, that's an eternity.
yeah, Timothy Pope didn't get too hurt by that caution. He did get a great restart. He'll just have to do it all over again, and kind of just looking back, at least through the top 10, no one really changed any positions there. It looks like Zach Wheeler and Jeremiah Burke swap positions between second and third. And are we already stacked up, ready to go racing here again?
Yeah,
it looks
like
like it. Nice, quick pace laps here. That is kind of what we want to see as these guys fall around that pace car one more time, entering turns number 3 and 4.
Been waiting on this season for a while. These guys are itching to get racing.
Man, it looks like we still have a few people still sitting there in the pits. Have to keep our eye on that. As a pace pace car coming down, green flag's going to start waving, and away we go once again. The 728 of Pope, not getting as good of a jump that time, but still not too bad. He's able to hang on to the lead on that bottom line. Looks like maybe Jeff Schneider had a little bit of an incident back there, kind of towards the back, and man, that outside line got a crazy run as the 77s.
Yellow's out again. They didn't see what happened there, but they threw it. That was a admin thrown caution.
I wonder if people were coming out of pits or something, and the field didn't get stacked up the way they wanted it to, because that's what it looks like right now. Looks like there is a lap car kind of sitting in front of these front cars. So I wonder if that's what it is. They just didn't like how things were stacking up there and wanted to.
Yeah, you want a quality restart. You don't want to have a car running by themselves, a lap car or something right in front of the field when they go green. That may have been what they did. I'm not really sure. We'll get some clarification on that later.
So we're gonna get it going. We're 6 laps into this 100 laps, and hey, it's not surprising. Everybody's itching to go. They want the money, and let's get it on. So.
And I think most of the drivers and the admins as well, they want to start this thing off right and say, hey, look, this is the kind of racing we want to see, and they want to make it fun for everybody, but can't just let it be a free for all.
As we're just kind of cycling through the field here and seeing what's going on, and really not a whole lot. Looks like someone's going to be getting a lap back here, getting a wave around.
That was Jorge, the Rincon machine, the 28, got his lap back there.
So that's going to be good for him. So that's going to leave Isaac Wilson in that 93. He's going to be, I believe, in that lucky dog position if he's out there on track, which I believe he is.
Yeah, even the computers have a hard time keeping up with stuff that happens early in a race. So I think Isaac's on the lead lap, but I could be wrong. And he had the pit, and he used one of his fast repairs, I believe, on that start. He got hung up a little bit in there, but he'll be all right. We've seen him race in other places, and he's good driver. So we'll see him hopefully work his way through the field here.
Jeff Snyder entering down pit lane once again, and I think we saw him have a little bit of an issue maybe earlier on, and that was a kind of timely yellow for that 77 of Zachary Self. He managed to get a great run on the outside line of the corner to kind of leapfrog over Timothy Pope. So those two swap positions, and Jeremiah Burke, Zach Wheeler, just about everyone stayed about right around where they were gridded at the start of this. It's really all the moves are between 12th and kind of 22nd here. That's where that original wreck happened on that first start, and so a lot of people benefiting pretty early here.
Yeah, we're going to have another. I think we should go green next lap, looks like. So, we'll get this thing started. Miami's always fun. There's probably people having a good time out there in the stands right now. A little hot for my taste, but hey, we're going to have some fun, that's for sure.
As these guys stack up once again behind that pace car, and so we're gonna have 10 laps under our belt. Unfortunately, almost none of them have been green, but we're gonna get them. We've got 100 laps total to do here today, and that's still plenty of laps of racing left. And these guys will most definitely put on a show as they head on down that back straightaway. And earlier on I was kind of commenting how this isn't your normal mile and a half kind of shape and design and all the dynamics of it. It's a little like Martinsville.
The flag man is working harder than real Mrs. Poindexter right now, so let's straighten that out. And like the back of the 15's car says, that's what she said. So I love that car. Jeffrey Green, as it looks like we're going to go green there. Brown?
Yeah, we are, as the pace car coming down pit lane right now. And away we go. It looks like the 728 of Pope got a good jump on that outside, able to hold that gas through that corner. Let's see if he gets that same kind of run on that outside like the 77 did earlier on. And no, it does not look like it. They're still going to be side by side, and we've almost got 3 wide going on back there in the back, and we're 2 wide racing for quite a few rows side by side. Zachary Self, Timothy Pope, you also got Jeremiah Burke, Trevor Robertson, Zach Wheeler, all those guys looking to maybe go 3 wide a little bit early here. And man, these guys are not taking it easy now. They're like, all right, we got this. Let's go racing, and they are.
The 33 of Jay Vaught's one of them guys that said, "Hey, I'm not wasting any time getting down on that inside line." He likes running the inside, and he was restarted in the outside lane and said, "I'm gonna jump down there as soon as I can," and he did. He found him a spot.
So kind of seems like that top line is at least the first couple of cars here is that preferred line. As you see cars trying to, rather than pinch down, they're pinching up, which is definitely different to see. You can see the 77 of Zachary Self kind of falling back through the pack.
88's around back here. Let's see if we stay green. I don't think it will be. I think this is going to be a yellow.
Yeah, it's the big one here.
There it is. There's trucks destroyed everywhere back here.
That's the big one. We just had another big one.
88 went around, but I didn't see. It's like the 51 claiming responsibility on that one.
Well,
kind of ran out of room there.
It's a hot track. It's going to be slippery. You get into the bumper, somebody just a tad. There's going to be some movement. These guys haven't raced with each other a whole bunch, so it's not like they've known each other for years. They're just kind of feeling everybody out. So you can't blame anybody for this.
He damn near saved it, but that's unfortunate. A bunch of trucks getting tore up. But
And you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Let's take a ride inside the car of someone who made it through. That's the 84 of Josh Bittner. He manages to dive down through the grass and avoid all of that carnage going on up above him. And so he's going to be looking to make up a few spots here, and that he does. It looks like we got some takers coming down pit lane.
And you might as well. Like you said,
about
it's a
half
cheese.
the field looks like they're coming in.
It's a cheese grater out there.
Yeah.
And
Not a whole lot of
everybody-
green laps, but it's enough to make a difference, I'm sure.
Yeah, and fuel, 60% fuel. Everybody has the strategy. You know, they probably played this out in their mind, what scenario was going to happen, and so everybody has their own little way, and that's what makes it fun. This is chess. It's not checkers, is what we like to say.
That's what
And looks like the 19 of Alex Forget Berube inherited the lead. Watch out for we talked about that 19 and how he was kicking ass at the Bluegrass Brawl here a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's because his paint job, you know, Montreal Canadiens. I know we have a fan of the Montreal Canadiens on board here on this broadcast booth as well.
Isn't that your team, Brown?
y'all can keep your mouth shut.
He's a Bruins fan.
Well, they had a little fun in the chat when Alex won one of those races, so it was funny.
But no, he definitely showed, especially at that brawl. That was a long race at Kentucky, and he could show that he could run those tires quite well late in the race. So maybe he's banking on a strategy like that again of saving up that rubber and thinking that you know what, we really haven't put that many laps on these tires. I mean, yes, cautions do take away a little bit, but not much. So he's probably thinking that he's got plenty of rubber still left. Same thing with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg and the 7 of Russ Kilgore. They're all probably thinking about the same thing, like, it might just be a little too early.
Yeah, the seventh place car is one of those guys that stayed out, and the 91 of Rob Green, he's up 24 spots in that 91 truck, sitting in 7th right now.
Man, talk about slicing and dicing, coming from the back to get through all the carnage that we've seen already. And I mean, his truck looks pretty gosh darn clean, so he's done a pretty good job doing that wreck avoidance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Alex, he's up 7 spots. Do you think the Canadians have better internet? I was just curious. I'm not quite sure if they do, but this seems to be running just fine.
Well, it depends on where you're at. If you're way out in northern Saskatchewan somewhere, you probably don't have the fastest internet. But I mean, well, where's
Quebec.
Forget Berube from? He's from Quebec, but is he from Montreal or somewhere? I don't know.
I'm gonna probably
a big city.
I'm probably gonna assume around that area.
So I wonder if he goes to the Expos games. I love that team.
Not anymore,
really
man. Expos been gone for years.
Oh. Well, I
You
love
know
the
that.
Expos. No, I like the Expos. I'm a fan of Canada in general. I like the Canadian football. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's my team.
I was a fan of David's Farm channel on YouTube. You ever watch that one, Adam?
Yes, I actually did. Yes, it's good too. I love my
Crazy
Canadian
guys up
neighbors.
in
Yeah,
Alberta or somewhere.
yeah. There's some crazy ones.
David's Farm.
Yeah.
They did some crazy stuff on that channel.
Single file restarts looks like.
Huh.
Did they change it up to do some single file?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Just made the call.
All right, so maybe thinking spacing these guys a little bit out will help this thing get moving along once again, and we'll just see how it all pans out. Can't blame them for trying something new. It's a pace car coming down pit road once again. Alex Forget Berube is going to take us to that flag and across the line in a kind of not dramatic fashion. Down through into turns number 1. Looks like he's trying to work that bottom line early here, but that 77 of Zachary Self really sticking to that upper high line. He's making up a whole ton of ground as we got some racing going on behind him. So you can see the 37s working up that inside of the 91 of Rob Green. So these two are going too wide. So people aren't... even from that single file restart, they're not laying back as a 728 making a move down the inside.
Yeah, the 00 of that Texas boy Jacob Shofflet. Shofflet.
Oh,
He had
that's
a
the
great
7.
restart.
as the 728 gets loose, manages to hang on. He's going to lose a few positions, but he did a great job not coming back up onto the track and taking some cars out with him. So good wheeling from Timothy Pope there. Looks like we got a bit of a gap going on, but do also have a race going on behind him. You got the 12 and the 46. Albert Anderson, the third, and Tim Rivers. These two are kind of going nose to tail, bumper to bumper. And up here, we still got a battle for third between the 7 and the 77. Oh, they get together. Make that a 777. Almost both cars getting up into that wall, managing to hang on. They both quickly ran out of room.
They're just racing all over the track, actually. And everybody's getting to kind of know their neighbor. Who's your friendly? Who's your foe? That's kind of what we got going as they work themselves out in single file.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out who's going to take third place. And you know what that's doing? That's bringing the 33 of Jess Vaught back into the picture. He's sitting here just waiting for a moment to maybe get around these guys, do a little 2-for-1 special as they're kind of slowing each other up at this point.
Almost 3 wide back here in 10th, 11th, 12th place.
And we are 3 wide.
Woo! Right here in front of Pope.
Yeah.
Got the 6, the 84, and the 37 all
They're not done yet, I don't think.
It doesn't look like they're going back 3 wide there for a second. Looks like the 37 of Dustin Reel backing out of it a little bit there, and maybe for the better choice as he'll slowly make his way up past that 728 of Timothy Pope.
Yeah, I'm watching Bittner in the 84 car, D&D Graphics, Keller Williams Johnson City Machine. He kind of sliced and diced a little bit. Looks like he's still on the move.
And Ricky Wittenberg, the 55, he caught up to that bumper of Alex Forget in the 19. So these two, this is going to be a fight for the lead. And the more these guys fight, it's going to bring those third place, fourth place, fifth place cars that are all kind of jockeying for position back there. That's just going to bring them closer up, as it looks like he's trying to get something to work on that bottom line, but it's just not happening. That top line getting just enough of a run to hang on out in front. It's like he can get just there, but then once when the corner starts to finish up, he runs out of space, but he's there this time. He's on that inside quarter panel, and he's going to slide back up underneath.
Yeah, these guys are racing like they want that registration fee for the season back, and that's the cool thing about this league is you can win your $20 registration fee back in one race.
Back here in 8th, we got the 84, the 753, and it looks like the 5. Jeremiah Burke, Josh Bittner, and Tyler Green. These guys have been having a little battle going on. And the 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to throw his name into this mix, making a couple rows too wide. Oh, as they almost get together once again. Looks like the 5 just has nowhere to go. He's going to have to try to either figure something out or just sit there and be a little bit more patient to kind of time his run.
The paint on that 6 machine, that Gorilla Glue truck. Hopefully they won't be needing too much Gorilla Glue for the rest of the races. Hopefully we got all the spinning and crashing out of our system, at least for a while.
Yeah, this looks more like the races we saw in the recruitment stuff. Josh Bittner still moving on up a little bit here in 8th place. Got somebody right on his tail.
Yeah, he's got that 753 of Jeremiah Burke sitting right there. Also that 6 of Trevor Robertson. So those 3 still haven't quite figured out who really wants that position quite yet. And I mean, we've got battles going on all over the place. Ricky Wittenberg is still right there on that back bumper of the 19 of Berube. With
himself in the 77 Chick-fil-A machine back here, working hard in 6th place. He's got a little gap in front of him, but he's got some help from the rear maybe. That's fine looking paint too, the yellow numbers and everything.
Oh, as we're side by side for the lead, Ricky Wittenberg getting that run up that inside of the corner, but again, that outside line just carrying that much more speed down these straightaways, able to hang on to that lead for another lap. But man, Ricky is really trying to get that inside line to work.
Oh man, it's starting to get fun, pretty fun here, as it looks like 187 Cuz got murdered on the server and he's got disconnected. Packet loss.
187 got murdered. Is that
Yeah,
right? Yeah, he got murdered by a bad internet connection, maybe.
As you can
Hopefully
see,
he'll
the
be able to rejoin and make some points.
84 making some moves, trying to get up the inside of Zachary Self in that 77 truck. These two have been kind of side by side for a little bit, and that 6 of Trevor Robertson, man, keep saying his name because he keeps lurking his way up through this pack. You also saw that 00 of Jacob Schaffet. Maybe kind of say, I want to save a little bit more tires, as Zach Wheeler and Russ Kilgore are side by side up here.
This track's wide enough and got enough grooves in it. You could run side by side quite a bit here.
You can, but I think when you start losing the grip, you're going to push up the track, and you can see it. I can see a couple of these guys pushing, but luckily nobody's beside them, so we could see some of that happening.
Yeah, 33 at Just Vaught also working on that inside of Russ Kilgore. I mean, this is a battle in that top 5 area. These guys have been kind of going right around as Tim Rivers kind of back here in the back is having a little bit of a battle with that 37 of Dustin Reel.
Kind of a different take on the classic paint scheme, the 33 Skull Bandit car that Gant used to run back in the day. Kind of a refreshed look on that 33 Just Vault. Kind of a neat looking paint there.
Super shiny. I like it a lot.
Tim Rivers, after a kind of unfortunate start for him there, getting involved in that kind of first caution, I believe, and he's starting to slowly work his way up, passing Albert Anderson third in that 12 truck. That's a nice paint there in that 12 truck too. Interesting design. I haven't seen anything like that one quite yet. As
what are you looking at? 12?
Yeah.
Albert Anderson. Oh, that's kind of cool.
So we got the 55, and he's starting to slide back a little bit. He's got a little bit of pressure from the 20 of Zach Wheeler, working on that outside. This is a battle for second, and once again, the more these guys fight, that's just going to let Alex get away a little bit. The gap's been increasing, section by section on this track. It was about 3/10 before they started this lap. It's now up to 4/10, almost half a second. These guys still going at it too wide.
How long can he keep that pace up, though, and not kill that right front tire? We'll see. During the Bluegrass Brawl, we saw that he can save tires, so we'll see if that 19's saving up for something here.
I'm really good at saving tires at this. I think I run one down to 5%. If they can do that, they win.
Yeah.
As you can see, the 84 and the 7 still going at it. These guys have had a battle so far, all 33 of these laps, and man, that's
Zach Wheeler. He's trying to make a run. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's totally fine. I don't know how he got such a big gap on Ricky. Maybe he just finally got free and was able to run the line he was preferring, as he's running that far inside, as Alex is running that far outside. Looks like he's making it work. He's going to be nosing him out here across the line. So Zach Wheeler getting a lap lead today with that inside line, and just a matter of time. We're going to have to wait and see who actually clears out of the way, and it looks like the 20 is going to be able to snag that spot.
I think Alex let him have it. A little early to start getting racy, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, looks like it. He's just dumping out a little bit. They're still going to have to pit at some point here.
So we got one taker. We got the 7 to Kilgore in. Do you think there's going to be any guys that are still going to try to split this into thirds? I mean, we've already had some cautions here. Do you think the guys that haven't pitted yet are going to try to split it into thirds?
I don't know how that's going to work, because that was such a long. That's about 15 laps of just carnage we had at the beginning.
Yeah. You had 20 laps of good green flag running here.
And not an hour. This is what we like to see. This is really good racing right now. So they just got the goosebumps and everything settled down, and they're settling into some real good racing. So that's a good question. We're gonna have to pay attention to that.
33's in.
As Timothy Pope makes his way around Ricky Wittenberg, and I mean, we're starting to. The leader is currently someone who pitted on lap 13, and he's driven away a little bit from the people behind him, but they've also been racing kind of side by side here for a little bit, as the 84 trying to maybe make a move up that inside, and again he's also on tires from lap 13 with Alex still haven't come down pit road just yet. He might be thinking about his strategy and just sticking to it.
Yeah, but you can tell that I think those just 13 lap newer tires are helping these guys. So let's see how it plays out. Super hot track, but a lot of communication on the track. People coming into the pits right now.
As it looks like Zachary Self, Ricky Wittenberg, and you see here Alex Berube coming down pit road now. So it looks like he's also working on that about a third of the way. The 00 of Jacob Schaffet coming down pit road. So that's going to leave Zach Wheeler and Josh Bittner kind of right out there towards the front. You got Trevor Robertson in that 6 truck. He's been on that back bumper of the 84. Tried passing him a few times earlier, just not quite being able to get it done. You also got Josh Oxendine, someone we haven't mentioned too much here today quite yet, in the 63 truck. He's trying to get up the inside of the 82 of Mike Everidge.
Yeah, it's a good thing these guys are calling out when they're pitting, because especially green flag lapping right here, doing 150 miles an hour, 170 miles an hour, trying to get that thing back down. You can cause a wreck if somebody doesn't know you're going into the pits. So good on these guys for communicating that.
Yeah, it's hard to mention everybody in a giant race like this. There's so much going on, but I'm looking at Jeff Snyder in the 29 car. It looks like he's got a ghost on the hood of it. It looks pretty sweet. He's clicking laps off, hanging in there as much as he can. And I give a shout out to the guys in the back that keep fighting and racing. So.
And Zach Wheeler taking a interesting pit strategy here. He's pitting for another time.
He didn't get a penalty or something, did he?
No, I don't believe so. Not that I know. So Josh Bittner is going to now be your leader with about a 3/10 gap over Trevor Robertson and Timothy Pope.
Definitely don't want to get a speeding penalty here. 50-mile-an-hour speed limit on pit road. You don't want to break that, because you have to serve it under green. You're going to lose at least another lap. Ooh, the 6 got into the wall a little bit, scraping.
And that's going to allow that 30.
There he goes again. Watch out. 728 saw it and backed out.
Yeah, well, you've also now got these guys on newer tires trying to shuffle their way up through the field. As you can see there, Alex Berube, he's working his way up through some of these guys that have stayed out for quite a while. I mean, you can just see that pace difference.
Yeah, they're freight training the leader right now.
So you might be right there, Mr. English. These guys might be pitting not based on fuel, but just simply based on tires and time lost out there on the track, as the 728 of Timothy Pope trying to work on that outside of that 6 truck.
For a couple of seconds, add up over and over, lap after lap. And tires are your friend.
Yeah, I like how they have unlimited, because that's what I would need out here. But man, this is the kind of stuff we thought we were going to see. Just really good racing, a lot of strategy stuff going on right now that really we're not going to know until it plays out at the end. Who was the smart one? You know what I mean. So
here comes Timothy Pope. Him and the 753 of Burker in.
It's kind of hard to keep track of what cars are on lead lap and what cycles need to be done, as everyone's running different pit strategies here, as the 55 trying to almost make it 3 wide there. I think
I was watching that.
He might have wanted to back out of that, which he did, as Isaac Wilson has found his way up into currently 3rd, as these things kind of cycle around in that 93 truck. We saw him unfortunately involved in an earlier incident. What did you see there, Mr. English?
84 Bittner had a couple trucks inside of them that have brand new tires, and it got kind of hairy there 3 wide, but the 84 Bittner still on them tires from lap 13. Him and Jorge Rincon out there still sticking with them old tires, at least for another lap or 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, as of right now, he's got a 18.5 second lead over Jorge. And but that gap between Alex and Jorge is closing fairly quickly, as
rapidly.
Jorge's coming down.
You think they're trying to get halfway through or no?
Oh man, that's
Josh Bittner might.
But that's also going to be pushing it on those tires. I mean, you might be banking on a late caution here, which it could be happening, as Josh Bittner now coming down pit lane.
Oh, there he goes.
So the race is on. Let's see where Alex Forget-Berube manages to come out, or if Josh Bittner is able to come out back in front, as Timothy Pope putting down the fastest lap of the race with a 33.44.
Yeah, Josh had a great big lead, but I'm not sure it was quite enough. I think he had 27.5 second lead. Looks like here comes the field around him, past him and on the pits here.
Yeah, that it does. So Josh maybe getting pit strategy out here, but you know what? The great thing about pit strategy, you don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing until this.
And it's gonna change, yeah.
Until this thing finishes up.
It's called rolling a dice. That's all
right.
we're doing. You're making a calculated guess, and your guess could be just as good as the other.
Oh, it's a 12 of Albert Anderson the third, getting really loose. Maybe with a little bit of a help from the bump from that 63 of Josh Oxendine. And
he needs tires. He's the last one left on lap 13 is when he pitted last. Albert Anderson.
So right now we got Jacob Schoffett trying to come up the inside of the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. This is a battle for 5th. It looks like he will be able to get that done. I mean, these guys only have about a lap difference on these tires, so depending on how hard they pushed it at the beginning of this run, kind of depends on how much tire they got left. As looks like Timothy Pope is going to try to start working his way back up through the field. He's now working on the 5 of Tyler Green. Someone we haven't really mentioned today yet, the 51 of Mike Adamson. He's sitting here currently in 11th, just kind of plodding along. He's been doing pretty good for himself. Not too far behind 10th place. So let's see if we can't get Mike up there into a top 10 spot.
Yeah, the 33 letting the car around. That is not for position. He went ahead and let him go.
Yeah, I mean,
They're shuffling around back here.
Yeah, there's a lot of shuffling, that's for sure. But they sure sound sweet as they're running around this Miami Homestead Speedway.
And that they do, as we can kind of see a little bit of a battle going on back here for 19th and 20th. Hey, man, every position matters. That's between the 29 of Dave Mayberry and the 37 of Dustin Reel. These guys, man, they've been trying their best to race this one out, and it looks like that 29 of the Hot Rod, Dave Mayberry, being able to take that position away, as Jacob Schoffett and Ricky Wittenberg still nose to tail, trying to figure out who might have that faster truck here.
Yeah, we had so many caution laps. I mean, splitting the rest of the race in half makes pretty good sense, and that's kind of where they're falling, I think. What do we have? First 15 laps or so? So split that in half. Yeah, these guys are on track, I think, to maybe make this at least maybe one more stop.
And look who caught up to Ricky and Jacob there. That's that 6 of Trevor Robertson. We've seen him kind of just lurk around a little bit and make passes when he needed to. He's currently trying to get the pass done on that bottom line on Ricky, but looks like he will get that one done.
And Jeffrey Green right now in that 15. Hard charger so far tonight, up 18 spots, sitting in 14th. That 15 truck is on the move.
Yeah, so is the 020 car, Snake Eyes. It's got a snake on the back. Kind of crazy.
Pretty
D&D
intimidating
graphics.
looking.
Yeah, D&D graphics. Race graphics painted that car, it looks like. Right behind the Dunder Mifflin machine. So cool paint schemes out here.
As the 82 and the 46, Mike Everidge, Tim Rivers. These guys trying to figure out who wants to be in that top 15 here today. And looks like Tyler Green is working on that 77, trying to get any extra spots that he can. And the 84 moving up past that 5.
Isaac Wilson's trying to work his way back up through here in that 93 truck after pitting back there from, I think he was up to 3rd position. But he's trying to work his way back up through the field here little by little. He's in 18th right now, I think.
Well, somebody who hadn't really mentioned Russ Kilgore. He's in the top 5 right now in a Miller Genuine Draft car. So
I love that paint too, man.
Yeah, it reminds me of somebody.
He himself is having a nice day. A little quiet, only up 4 spots, but again, he started there in 9th. Currently sitting there in 5th as Jess Vaught and Zach Wheeler are side by side here for 2nd once again, and it looks like Zach Wheeler just having the tires, being able to get that one done, but he's got a long way to go, a 2.5 seconds and climbing gap between 1st and 2nd.
The 19 of Forget Berube putting it on him. Got 2.2 seconds back to Zach Wheeler right now, but I've seen that number fluctuate a little bit. I don't know if he's having a little bit of trouble getting the front end to stick or what, but that number would go up and it'd come down, go up and come down. His 4's in the wall, but it looks like he's going to save it. We're staying green here. Alex Gray up in the wall in that 4 machine.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to save it, and he's still moving along down the track. Currently sitting here in 27th, a couple laps down, but not too bad. As like the field's kind of starting to spread out just a little bit, not too much though. We don't want to see too much as Ricky Wittenberg is going side by side with the 84 of Josh Bittner.
This is for money, folks. $25 going to the winner. 15 will go to 2nd place. 3rd place will get $10, and the fastest lap of the race will get $5. So always has a little bit of extra element in there, don't it, Adam?
Oh yeah, Alex, Mr. Quebec. I can't pronounce his name. He's already in the money. So if he wins again or gets in the top 3 here, this guy's he might as well put it on his income taxes.
You spent some time in South Louisiana. You can say Forget Berube, can't you? Forget Berube. We didn't have a clue.
I'd use the Cajun French, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a little bit different.
Pancakes versus crepes? That's the question we're going to have for him if he's in the race chat
I
at the
think
end.
they call them flapjacks up there. I'm not sure.
Well,
All I was going to say is look at this battle for 10th through 8th. You got Jeremiah Burke, Jacob Shoffett, Zachary Self, and Tyler Green also throwing himself into that mix. These guys are all running pretty tight together here, trying to race this one out as we're on a lap 61 out of 100. We're a little well past halfway here. Still expecting to see, I think, one more pit stop coming right around maybe the 75 mark.
Yeah, and you got a couple guys fighting for that lucky dog spot right now, really close together on the track. 27 in the 01, 81 trying to get himself in there too.
Yeah, Jonathan Osborne. He's just clicking laps off. I mean, 29th spot, but he's got a really nice paint scheme as well. D&D graphics, race graphics, orange and blue machine, which good combination of colors.
Heard somebody smack the wall, but I didn't see it. Didn't hear anybody call it out on the radio either. May just be my tinnitus kicking my ass. I don't know. Like the 33 of Vaught is in.
Yeah, the 33 of Jess Vaught coming
that's
down.
a surprise.
That is a very early pit stop. I mean, I think he can make it till the end. The problem is he's going to be on all dang near suffering old tires at that point.
Yeah.
Well, and that's his strategy, right? So we'll see how it plays out. I want to know what Joshua Oxendine's strategy is in the 63 car. He's got quite a bit of damage to the back right. He's just running through it. He don't care.
I think he's saving a fast repair for a caution. There's no need for him. We talked about it a little bit at the truck race we did last night over at HCK Beagles. If you're behind another truck that doesn't have any aero damage, you can do a pretty good job of keeping with them. You just can't lead a line very well if you've got any damage. So the 63 is just banking on, hey man, I just need to stay with some people so I can maintain my position. And he's in 12th. It's not like he's doing bad.
No, he's hanging in there.
He'll come in and burn a fast repair when he comes into pit for tires and fuel.
Truck looks like it was at Bristol, though.
As it looks like the race up here, up at the front, has come down quite dramatically as the gap between first and third is about half a second, if not less than that. So these guys are running close together. I'm sure they're begging to get some new tires here, but they don't want to be the first one to blink and do a pit stop.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler putting the pressure on Alex now. Just letting him know, hey man, I'm here, because he's getting the same thing from the 6 of Trevor Robinson right behind him.
Yeah, it's a chess match. It's a poker game at this point with these two. See who folds first.
As you can see, it's a 2-lap difference between each of the positions pit-wise. Alex pitting on lap 38, Zach pitting on lap 40, and Trevor Robertson pitting on lap 42, with Josh Bittner starting to kind of close that gap a little bit. He last pitted on lap 46.
Ricky Wittenberg. No, Dave Mayberry and Alex Gray are in to the pits right now. So got some more takers down here.
Yeah, Jacob Shoffett, Ricky, Zachary Self. These are all guys that aren't stranger to running these long races. Oh, as the 19 is way up there right next to that wall. That's going to give the 20 of Zach Wheeler the lead. Able to get that run on that inside. But don't look now. You also got Trevor Robertson trying to maybe sneak his way up through that middle. But the 7 car who just pitted recently and is on fresher tires is making this thing 3 wide.
Wow, almost 4 wide there for a second. I just want to say something about the 37 Dustin Reel. He was pitting, but he went and hit low early to let the leaders by. He didn't have to do that, but he did just to give the leaders a clean race. and clean air in front of them and let them fight it out. So good on 37. That's a pretty classy move before he came into the pits.
And both Zach Wheeler and Alex Forget-Berube coming down pit road once again. So that's going to give the 6 of Trevor Robertson the lead currently. But he's got that 84 of Josh Bittner right there, right on his inside, just ready to pounce.
And this is crazy, like Yahtzee game.
I'm telling you, you really, we mentioned it before, you really cannot speed on pit road during these green flag stops. And these guys done a pretty damn good job so far of getting that car back down to 50 miles an hour and going in and getting their 4 fresh ones and some fuel.
Man, I just mentioned this. Albert Anderson, man, he's been sticking this one out. I think he's coming down for his first pit stop since lap 13.
13, yeah.
So, man,
that 12 truck's he's been a marathon runner out there today.
So good on you, Albert, for sticking that one out, trying to get whatever positions he can.
And he stayed on the lead lap, for crying out loud. I mean, before he pitted, of course.
Oh, yeah. So looks like Josh Oxendine is next one down, coming down pit lane here. Still waiting on quite a few cars that pitted right around in the 40 mark to come on down. Russ Kilgore in the 7 truck. You know, he's currently sitting there in 9th, but definitely keep your eye on him. He pitted on lap 57. Let's see if he can't, maybe push this thing all the way to the end and sneak his way up into a podium finish spot.
Yeah, and somebody we hadn't talked a whole lot about tonight, that 46, Tim Rivers in that monster truck, just made a pass. He's run a really solid race here so far tonight.
Starting to get more and more takers. Mike Everidge, Brian Jablonski all coming down.
17 of Jablonski almost didn't make it to pit road. He had him locked up, and he almost missed. He almost went on the other side of that K-rail barrier. Hopefully he got below the cone. Otherwise, he's going to have to serve a penalty.
As looks like Timothy Pope has inherited the lead due to do some pit stops, and I'm sure he's due here at any second. As you can see, the 27 just going right around him. That 728, yeah, he's coming down. He was riding that white line, pretty clearly signaling he's coming down. So Jeremiah Burke in that 753, he's going to be hanging out there all on his lonesome for a little bit.
19. Oh, what a save by the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube. He got loose, and his card was sideways for a minute, and he caught it and did not hit the 28. That was awesome.
Is that a Louisiana minute?
Shoot, man, I don't know.
Is it the cold tires maybe that got him?
I don't know, man. That was an amazing save. Yeah, his tires are 5 laps old. They ought to build up some heat by now. Maybe he just pushed it a little bit too hard. But
and the 753 of Jeremiah Burke now coming down pit road. I think that will pretty much cycle through the entire field. Brian Jablonski still needs to come down, I think, once more. Same thing with Jonathan Osborne in the 81. I know we definitely haven't mentioned him. He's been having a little bit of a rough day, kind of out there in the back of the pack. But, hey, good on him, sticking around, trying to muster through and get what he can get out of this. So we're going to wait for this for the field to cycle back around here, and then we'll kind of give you a little bit of a rundown and tell you where people are at. But right now, Jess Vaught currently in that lead in that 33 truck.
Oh, man. Rivers is riding the wall right now in turn 4. Sorry, turn 2.
Rode it well.
Oh, that is turn 4. I'm an idiot.
2, 4, 1, 3, it doesn't matter.
Chopper view, it's kind of hard for me to see sometime, but
Yeah.
46, keeping it clean, though. Keeping it green.
That indeed, as the gap to the leader is 4.4, but the question is, how long can he hang on, as the cars that are going to be coming up behind him are on 7, if not even more laps, newer tires than him. It's although this thing started out a little ugly, it's coming down to strategy.
We saw the difference that 2 laps on tires made when the 19 was getting passed earlier. So 7 laps, yeah, that's a little bit. It's probably another half second per lap.
Yeah, and as we start to get to the close of this thing, we're going to notice stuff like that. So, strategy.
As the 19 of the Canadian, Alex Forget-Berube, he's starting to catch back up to the 20 of Zach Wheeler. Gap is, about a tenth. Trying to see if he can't get a run, but he's also got a lap car in the way. He's got the 28 sitting there, so he's going to have to try to figure out a way to pass maybe both of them here at the same time to maximize his time gained.
I'll tell you what, too, the courtesy we've seen from the lap cars and stuff has really been good. These guys haven't been trying to block or anything. They're letting the guys running up front. They're letting them race. They're giving them as much track as they can, which that's a great thing. I love the sportsmanship,
As the 19 again, kind of sticking to that middle line, trying to make it work. The gap is still about a tenth, gaining a whole lot of time. Coming to that corner, he's going to cross down, try to maybe sneak down up into that inside. Side by side they go down into turn number 1. And he's going to be able to take that position away from the 20.
Isaac Wilson making it 3 wide back here for about, I don't know what position this is back here, but they've been 3 wide for a minute.
You got the 01, the 88, the 29, the 93. You might as well throw the 12 into the mix too if we're just adding in some numbers. These guys, man, after all of...
Pretty exciting little pack back here. Is 93 throwing a block on the 84?
Well, that's kind of crazy because Zach Wheeler's fighting Alex Forget-Berube up here in 2 and 3. So lots of stuff happening.
Oh my goodness.
Jump back up here for this battle for second. You've also got Trevor Robertson in that 6. He's sitting there. He's doing his lurk. He's ready to pounce. As you can see, the 020 of Snake Eyes. I believe he is currently, a couple laps down. Just gonna have to wait and see how this thing shakes out.
Well, when you're shooting dice in Waco, you'll roll Snake Eyes every time. That's for damn sure.
You got Mike Adamson coming down pit lane right now. But man, that...
Ooh, 93 in the wall. Oh, he saves it though.
They're really starting to push it. They're really starting to push it now.
Jess Vaught coming down pit lane once again. So I think he was realizing it wasn't going to work on the tires. They were just catching me too much. Unfortunately, he's going to be running out of laps here. 18 laps to go currently as we sit. Alex Forget-Berube able to kind of maintain this pace and hold on to the lead as of right now, but he's got that 6 of Trevor Robertson sitting right there on his bumper. He was able to get around the 20 of Zach Wheeler pretty easily when they kind of got a little bit of clean room from that lapped car.
You guys watching the stream on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, drop us a line. If you have a comment or a question or something, we'll definitely mention it on the air. Thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate you.
Yeah, looks like we still got a battle here for like 12th, 11th, 13th between the I think the 12, the 7, the 93, and I think the 77 might be just out of the picture here as the 7 and the 12 are side by side. This is the battle for 13th. The 7 trying to work that inside line. It kind of looked like the 12 might have lifted it. It let him have that position, maybe do a little cross up, but no, Russ Kilgore taking over that 12 spot. 3 wide up here at the front. The 84 going on that outside of the 20. This is battle for third. They had the 33 of Jess Vaught, who just pitted and is on fresh tires, so he's going to get away from them, but they were 3 wide there for a good second.
Yeah, a little making me a little nervous being that close, but
Bittner and Wheeler are going after it.
oh yeah,
a little side drafting too.
Yeah, he's 84 put side draft on him for sure.
I don't know how these trucks react with this new patch, and we've heard a little bit. It's changed a little bit, so.
Trevor Robertson, right there on Alex's back door now. The Quebec Cannon got a little competition coming up from behind now.
That's what we're going with.
Well, I don't know.
I like that.
I was thinking of, Bobby Hebert was the Cajun Cannon. You remember that when he played?
Yeah, he's still on the radio. I think he was. Didn't he pass? Or has he? I don't know.
I don't know.
He doesn't
man.
even know. That's irrelevant. Sorry, Brown. We digress sometimes.
Yeah, we either talk about sports or it always ends up talking about food for some reason too.
As we kind of finish cycling through stuff here, we're coming down to the wire. Alex Forget-Berube, currently your leader. Trevor Robertson right on his tail. You got Josh Bittner. Also, we've seen him do some interesting moves here late. So look for him to make a run as we got a whole pack here up at the front.
He's looking outside. A lot of people making that outside work. Let's see if Trevor can get it done here. The 7's sneaking up here.
Yeah, he's trying to put it in between wherever he wants.
As the 88, the 6, and the 7 all 3 wide. And this is going to be 3 wide, not necessarily for the lead, but Trevor Robertson on that outside looks like he's going to get the run away from Alex. So Trevor Robertson being able to take away the lead from Alex here late in this race, with Josh Bittner now looking on that outside of Alex. Alex starting to kind of slip away positions from not being able to, oh my goodness, getting really tight there. I think the 84 got a little bit of a tap, able to hang on to it as he was sliding sideways just a little bit. So, this...
Russ Kilgore damn near unlapped himself, but it looks like as the 6 of Trevor goes around him, he's going to remain a lap down, I think, when they come back around.
Well, the Quebec Cannon just body checked Josh Bittner. Luckily, didn't cause too many problems.
I don't believe so, as Zach Wheeler currently sitting here in 4th. He's got a bit of a gap to go in front of him and a big gap to go behind him to the next car of the 728 of Timothy Pope, currently sitting there in 5th. 6, you got Jeremiah Burke, not really racing anybody. You got Jess Vaught in the 33 sitting there in in 10th. Oh man, everything's still need to be cycled around, but whole bunch of people all over the place here.
Yeah, and if you're Trevor Robertson, are you driving with your rear view mirror right now? Because it looks like the guys are coming after him.
I think you have to be at this point. I mean, what do we got? 8 laps to go at the line? It's time to start mirror driving. It's time to start pulling out all the stops and throwing blocks and doing whatever you can to stay out front. We're talking about money now, boys.
Yeah, you got the 84 of Josh Bittner about 0.8 of a second back. So it's a big gap, but that gap can definitely close. Bittner on 1 lap newer tires.
Yeah, that shouldn't matter. But the track temperature is down to 93, so should see a little bit of racing here at the end, and perfect timing for that.
As you can see, the 7 of Russ Kilgore being able to get by the 28 of Jorge Rincon. That's going to be for 11th. He's got a little bit of a ways to go to try to sneak up past Jeffrey Green there for a top 10 spot, as that gap up in there at the lead has grown to 9/10 of a second, almost a full second now.
Yeah, I heard another truck get into the wall just now, but
Will lap cars play into this? That's the question.
I think they will, because everybody's so spread out right now. It's gonna have to affect these guys coming around.
As the 82 of Mike Everidge gets caught up by Jess Vaught. He's on the very much newer tires. So Mike Everidge was sitting there in ninth, moved down to 10th, and he's going to make up some spots just by how this thing's kind of shaking out. He's currently sitting there in 8th. Alex Forget-Berube, man, he has lost so much time to that leader.
And it's only 4-lap difference on the tires. Or actually, with the leader, it's only 2-lap different on the tires.
Maybe that's all it takes here. I mean, it's a cheese grater of the track, so.
So in the event we do get a caution, how many of them are going to come in and slap on some tires?
Oh, I'm sure every single one of them.
A green-white checker.
I am sure every single one of them. A little battle between Snake Eyes and Zachary Self here for 13th and 12th. Those two are kind of running side by side. That 77 trying to make a move up that inside. Side by side they go through turns. I believe that's 3 and 4. And coming down that long front straightaway. Looks like, man, they're definitely not giving that one up.
See guys like the 999 of Jeff Snyder still out here making laps, quite a few laps down, and the 14 of John Herdzik also a few laps down out here, still out here competing though, and having fun racing, because even if you're not in contention for a win or to win some money, I mean, you can still come out here and set the fastest lap. I mean, that's on the table every lap. So, you know, why not come out here and have a little fun, make some laps with your buddies out here.
As we move back up to the fight for 11th, you got Russ Kilgore and Jeffrey Green. Looks like Russ pretty easily getting around that 15. Again, about 4 laps different, as we've got 3 laps to go.
Yeah, that lead damn near a second now. What, about 8/10?
It's dropped.
Happens. Yeah, that's where the magic happens, boys.
2 laps to go for Trevor Robertson to pick up win number 1 here in the season opener. And man, that's going to set him up pretty nice for the rest of the season. And again, special thanks to D&D Racing Graphics for being a sponsor. Same thing with, I believe, what did you say? It was Keller Williams?
Keller Williams of East Tennessee. For those two companies, one guy, he puts up the purse money for these. So thanks a lot to them for making this league happen. Of course, all the admins and everybody that makes this possible, thank you.
As Trevor Robertson was shown that white flag heading down that back straightaway one final time into turns number 3 and 4. Just an exit away from picking up the first win of the season. And here we go. Checker flag is a-waving across the line. Trevor Robertson finishing this one off with some flair. Josh Bittner being able to hang on and finish here in second. Alex Forget-Berube being able to hang on and finish up in third. We're going to let things kind of cycle back around, because everyone's on completely different laps, and let things kind of settle down. But congratulations, Trevor Robertson, a winner here tonight.
Yeah, what a finish, man. What a race. It was worth the wait, wasn't it, boys?
Yeah, they got the jitters out of them the first 10, 15 laps, and man, it was clean as pretty much all get out after that, and all for the money. got their eyes on the prize, that's for sure.
So as we wait for our top three to come on up to that broadcast waiting room to pull them in here to give some words of encouragement on this season, because man, these guys did a great job at such a tricky hot track here today. Trevor Robertson, man, picking up that win. I mean, we saw Josh Bittner. Interesting pit strategy there in the middle, and turned out pretty good for him here in the end, finishing in second. Alex just not being able to hang on to it. Josh Oxendine, a little bit of a rough race, but it looks like he was able to finish in a top 10 spot. I mean, we got a whole bunch of great drivers here today, and
It looks.
They're taking their photo op is what they're doing here at the top three guys. So
It looks like your fourth place finisher might have had your fastest time of the race. It looks like a 33:44 out of Timothy Pope.
man, that's a pretty quick time out of him.
I think that's our fastest time. This is unofficial, of course.
Yeah, so in the meantime, why don't we get some of these interviews started? We'll start off with our third place finisher, and that would be Alex Forget-Berube, coming out of Canada, man, in that 19 car. Dude, you were up there in the lead for a good chunk of that race, but it looks like the tires just fell off on you there.
Yeah, and I had to save fuel. Was hard. I'm out of fuel right now. I cannot do my burnout.
You're out of fuel right now? Wow.
yeah.
Way to stretch it.
I ran out exiting 4, so I'm lucky to get third. That was a cool race.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of fun to watch you running up front there most of the race. We saw one time when you got loose back there, probably around, lap 70 something, and your truck was sideways for an entire turn, and you were trying to keep it out of the 28, and you did such a great job. What a great save.
Thank you. That was it. It was slidey when we had cold tires.
Yeah,
the
so-
track temps were
yeah, I was going to
hot
ask
all
you
night.
that. How did it feel out there? Is this a tough track to race? With the heat and the tires. What do you think about the track and how it was set up out there?
Well, the efficient line to save more tires was on the outside, but saving fuel, you need to be on the inside. Starting the run was really loose. The tires were really cold and slidey, but then after like 10-15 laps, it was tighter and tighter and tighter, and it was just getting tighter every lap after that.
Yeah, congratulations! You're already making money in this league. Hey, don't tell the Prime Minister of Canada about all this money you're making in this league, okay?
It's a secret between us.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
That guy's a trip, man.
That's excellent, man. As we watched Josh Bittner here as he makes his way backwards around the track. That's a nice little.
Polish victory lap, man.
Yeah, of course. You finished in second, up 10 spots. Heck of a race out of you there, Josh. I mean, we saw a little bit of jitters there at the start from some of the guys there in the middle, getting ready, antsy, ready to go. But once when we had that single file restart, man, y'all never looked back. And you had some interesting pitch strategy there in the middle. We were a little concerned for you, not going to lie.
Well, thank you for the concern, first of all. And second of all, I like to tell all my friends at Vigilante Racing that when the good Lord gives us unlimited fuel and tires, we take that unlimited fuel and tires every single caution we get. And I definitely use that to my advantage. And I think every pit stop or every caution, I went down pit road, keep thinking it was the last caution. And sure enough, the lovely competitors decided to wreck the perfect amount of time, so I was able to get enough fuel to be, I guess a pit stop shorter than a good amount of people that didn't pit on the last stop. So I definitely took that to my advantage. And I also think on that last stop, I only lost a couple positions on the track. so it didn't really hurt me too bad. So I was able to work my way back up through the field as that happened.
Did PA proud today, up 10 spots. We sure enjoyed watching you run. You got a little hairy there a few times. We see you go 3 wide with a couple of the trucks more than one occasion. It happened several times. How did it feel 3 wide here? I mean, was there enough room to run safely 3 wide, or was it something that when it happened you couldn't wait to get out of it?
I think at one point I saw a 4 wide happen in front of me, so definitely not the best thing to see right out your front windshield. I think I trust a lot of these drivers. We have some really good drivers in this league, and I mean, I like to say, I was telling some of the admins I'm friends with, I think that a lot of like the mid-level guys or the middle of the field guys in this league are still like really top-notch drivers. Even guys that finish in the lower end of that field here, I think we have some really top-notch drivers, and I trust all of them. I mean, there was plenty of times I was on old tires and I was getting sandwiched, and there's plenty of times I was on new tires and I was doing the sandwiching. And there's a lot of trust going around. I just think that we all needed to get settled in a little bit before we could start racing like that more, and it sure happened after that last caution.
Yeah, so exactly, and we kind of mentioned that in the booth. There's nerves, beginning of the season, which should have been last week, by the way. But seriously, everybody was very, very clean once that dust settled, and from first to last, everybody seemed to hold their line, stay out of the way, or give people room. There was a lot of room given, and it looks like a start to a heck of a series. So congratulations, you're in the money. So you got that going for you. Congrats on that.
Thank you. It's always a great night.
All right, man. We'll definitely look forward to seeing you the rest of this season. And again, man, best of luck and look forward to it.
Also, thank you. And I would like to give a quick shout out to my dear friend Ricky Wittenberg from Keller Williams. If you're ever looking for a house in the Bristol, Tennessee area or similar surrounding area, I guess I should say, hit him up. And also D&D Race Graphics, which is also run by Ricky, for making this truck. He does a fantastic job with paint schemes. Several of the Vigilante racers use him for the paint schemes, and he does a really great job.
Man, you know what? That's exactly what we're we're here for.
100% agree with you there.
All right, thanks, guys.
So now we'll move on up that leaderboard to our winner here tonight. That is gonna be Mr. Trevor Robertson, somehow managing those old tires, somehow the best here tonight. And man, congratulations picking up the opener here of the season. And man, it must feel great, getting the win right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely, man. It was a blast, I tell you. It was a little rough start, but I guess people were spinning their tires, but we got it straightened out there in the end.
Yeah, we talked about that Gorilla Glue paint that you were running, and it looks like a bunch of cars, or a bunch of trucks, rather, may have needed some of that Gorilla Glue early. How did you fare in the first couple of cautions? Were you able to keep your truck pretty clean, or did you have to come in and how many fast repairs did you use out of the 2?
I only used one just because I drug the wall once and got like 17 seconds of damage. But as far as on the restarts, I mean, I don't know, it wasn't that loose. It cooked up pretty good. The truck would kind of step to the side a hair, but it straightened itself out. But I took that, I think after the 3rd caution, I took the free set of tires and topped off on fuel, so that helped out a lot.
Well, it says you're from Arkansas. What part of Arkansas are you from?
Woodruff County, McCrory, Arkansas.
Where what part of the state is that in?
It's more.
Sorry, I'm a
northeast.
Louisiana guy.
It's more northeast.
Oh, okay, gotcha, man. Well, congrats on the first place and the winner of $25 tonight. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, this league's already paid for now at this point for you. Hey, good job on that. You put some of that glue onto your tires, I think. Really stuck to it. But it was you had a good battle there with Alex Forget Berube, and I saw y'all do a little bumping a little bit, and Hey, everybody, but it was clean. It was really clean racing, except, the first 15 laps, everybody's kind of losing their mind a little bit, but it settled in. Really cool series. Congratulations on the win, and you earned this one.
Yeah, man, thanks. I'll tell you, if there had been one more lap, I would have ran out of fuel.
Man, it both you and
Yeah.
Alex. Alex was saying that he was also out at the line.
You couldn't
Yeah.
even do a burnout, he said.
Yeah, I think he pitted one lap before me, maybe two. So I knew he had to do some saving. That's why I was kind of just hanging out behind him, rather than trying to burn my tires up passing him. But
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on picking up the win here tonight, and look forward to seeing you the rest of the season. And man, this one's gonna be a blast.
absolutely, you guys have a good one.
Lord Almighty, man. Like you guys said, started off a little rough, but you know what? They got it going, and we saw what kind of what we came to expect here tonight. These guys race pretty gosh darn clean, and man,
It didn't disappoint, man. It was a blast to watch, and yeah, a little bit of a rough start, but shoot, pit strategy started to come into play later on in the race once we had a huge green flag run, and yeah, man, it was a blast to watch, a blast to call. Can't wait for next week.
Man, yeah, we'll talk more about the season coming up next week. But for right now, we'll do your grid rundown with not your grid rundown, your official results
Finishing
rundown.
order, yeah.
Excuse me, a little tired over here. long race as
Go to bed, Alan.
Hey, Trevor Robertson picking up the win here today with Josh Bittner finishing in second. In third, you got Alex Forget-Berube. In fourth, you got Timothy Pope. A little bit of a kind of rough patch there in the middle of the race, but manages to figure it out to finish here in fourth. Jeremiah Burke had a pretty okay run there, finishing in fifth. You got Zach Wheeler in the 20 car finishing here in sixth, with Jacob Schaffet finishing in seventh. Jess Vaught, we saw him running up front for a little bit there. He managed a nice top 10 finishing here in eighth. Mike Everidge, great job from him, up 18 spots to finish ninth. At least that's what it's showing on my live timing right now. And then got Josh Oxendine rounding out that top 10.
Yeah, I've got the 7 to Russ Kilgore finishing 11th. Jeffrey Green in the 15. Your hard charger tonight, up 20 positions to finish in 12th. The 28 of Jorge Rincon in 13th, 1 lap down. The 77 is Zachary Self, and the Chicken Man in that Chick-fil-A truck finishing 14th. Snake Eyes in the 20, finishing 15th. The 51 of Michael Adamson in 16th place, finishing out. The 12 of Albert Anderson. Way to stick with it, Albert. You almost made that going to the lead lap, but not quite. Finishing 17th. 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, finishing 18th. The 93 of Isaac Wilson in 19th. The 17 of Brian Jablonski in 20th. And rounding out your top 21, the 88, the Ringer in 21st place.
Yeah, Jablonski, wasn't he in Animal House? Next one, Dustin Reel, 22nd place. K-Man in the 01 machine,
Get it
23rd.
cool.
Hot Rod, I'm not sure if his
Dave
actual government-
Mayberry.
Neighbor.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know government names, nicknames. 24th, Tim Rivers in the 46 car, 25th. Number 91 of Rob Green, 26th. 4 of Alexander Gray, 27th. Number 5 of Tyler Green, 28th. 81 of Jonathan Osborne, 29th. 27 car Bradley Wright, 30th. And all these guys were still running at the end, which was amazing. 14 of John Herdzik, 31st. Jeff Snyder in the 999 car, 32nd. And this guy wasn't running because he got 187'd because
Yeah, he did.
33rd.
Yeah, man. But you know what? For all those cars still running, Takes a lot of heart, especially on long, hot tracks like this where it's tough to hang on. But you know what? I'm ready to cool down. I know these guys are ready to cool down, so we'll politely sign off here tonight from Miami Homestead. Another great Vigilante Racing Series race here tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys. You can check Isaac Wilson. He was actually in this league right now. He's going to be streaming the Midwest Days of Thunder ARCA series tomorrow night. I believe they're taking on Martinsville. Hopefully they do a little better job than the Xfinity series does.
Monday was a disaster.
But man, you can also check us out on Friday as the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup series moves on to, I think it's Rockingham Speedway.
Oh, I think it is a rock.
So that should be an exciting race. As always, we thank our sponsors, D&D Racing Graphics. Also,
Keller Williams of East Tennessee.
Keller Williams of East Tennessee. I'm going to have to write that one down so I can remember that. But huge thanks to that gentleman right there to
Yeah, appreciate you, Ricky.
to put in a whole bunch of good stuff into this league. You put good in, you get good out, and
Right.
That's what this league is all about. And well, you know what? I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off here tonight.
Gone.
See ya.
To a code we all swore, for this life we have chosen. Soldiers to a common war we fight.